Okay, Mattel. You can stop now. You can stop this April Fool's joke that's a whole 4 or 5 months early. Oh, you're serious? Oh, this is what you're giving us for the 20th anniversary next year. Hello everyone, welcome back to Piston Cup Productions, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 2026 2-packs Case E highlights, which is practically the entire case, because everything in here is new. The only other thing missing here is the Tex Danico and Bling Bling McQueen 2-pack, but I didn't get that one because, I have the one from Thailand. Maybe I should have gotten it just for shits and giggles, but you know what? We're doing the ones that no one has seen before if you started collecting in the past 5 years. This is such a joke. Okay, for real though. If you started collecting in the past 5 years, all of this stuff is in your collection already. None of this is new. But if you started collecting this year, okay, congratulations. This is all new to you. But to anyone who's been waiting for the past year or so for Mattel to pull out something amazing out of their inventory for the 20th anniversary to treat the fans, the people who've given them so much money for the past 20 years, oh buddy, you're in luck. Look at this spit in the face. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this lineup, guys. Look at this lineup. It's laughable. It is so laughable what they've come up with for the 20th anniversary. Now, I know that the deeper you go into the year, the more stuff will come out, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I've heard that conversation before. We're just starting the year. They're just going to put out a couple of filler stuff, and then it'll get better. Guys, we're only getting 6 celebration cars, a 5-pack, and maybe a 2-pack. That's going to be like a super exclusive to Target. That's it. What did Race and Rescue get again? 18 different individual vehicles, so many multi-packs, so many singles, so many mini racers, and the 20th anniversary? Barely anything. Oh, didn't even mention the color changes, the play sets, the clothing. It's just a huge spit in the face. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. I don't think we're even going to open any of these up. We're really just going to be discussing what changed from Thailand back to China. Because mind you, these are all made in China again. So we started with China back when these first came out, back in 06. It said made in Thailand or China, depending where it was marked on the base. So we had like a mixture of both, but they looked exactly the same, copy paste, right? And then up until 2018, we made the full switch to Thailand permanently and said goodbye to China. Then we introduced Vietnam somewhere in there between, I think, like 2020, and it was only for like the multi-packs from Walmart, the 5-packs, the color changers, I think maybe some other random plastic stuff. But for the majority, the singles, the deluxes, the 2-packs, all that jazz was all just Thailand. Okay, so we fast forward to 2026. We're still in 2025, of course, but they're pumping stuff out early, which great for them. I'm really liking their distribution right now. I just hate that it's a bunch of old recycled crap. They look exactly the same to Thailand cars. They use the inkjet heat printing method that a lot of other Mattel products like Thomas and Friends, Barbie, Hot Wheels, they all use that heat inkjet method nowadays. So gone are the days when you had like the beautiful crisp decals on these die casts. They're all fuzzy, blurry, or just straight up errors. Like there's just so many errors you'll find. You'll find some of these with no eyes in the store as well. I got a Todd Marcus with the eyes printed so badly, but that'll be for the next video, so stay tuned. So we're gonna start off with the one that everyone is hyped up about. Pat Traxxon and Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette. What's going on here? Hello, buddy. Aren't you from the second movie and you're from the third movie? Wait a minute. There's no way Mattel, a billion-dollar company that goes through so many stages in production, can fumble this, right? How did you throw in 2 characters that never even appear together, let alone the same movie? Okay, so the back has to say either as seen in Cars 2 or as seen in Cars 3, right? Hey, but can you give us Cars 3 Jeff?
You serious?
Billion-dollar company, by the way. And they can't even do their homework for their own brand of toys, as seen in Cars 1. Oh yeah, I'm such an idiot. These guys should have been in my Cars 1 shelf the entire time. I remember when he appeared in Radiator Springs. Oh, I can't forget. This guy showed up in the Piston Cup. I might as well throw him in the Motor Speeder of the South, right? No, for real though. What happened? What happened? Like, somehow you have all three movies present here. You were just missing On the Road, and this would have been the most laughable thing in existence. But I just don't understand how you get to this point where you have a vehicle from Cars 3, a vehicle from Cars 2, and then it says Cars 1 on the back. And then the pack that is from Cars 3, look at that. Oh my gosh, there's only one up for sale from the Cars 3 series? Man, I sure hope they would come out with more. You know, when this 2-pack was first rumored to come out, people were very confident that it was going to be Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette. He does not look the same from Cars 2 to Cars 3. If you think I'm over-exaggerating, dude, just go watch the movie. Like, it's in the movie, bro. They don't even look the same. Like, he has 2 different paint jobs. That's like if you grab, I don't know, a 2-pack of McQueen and Sally, and the artwork says that it's Rusty's Lightning McQueen or something. And then you look at the toy, and it's freaking Rusty's Racing Center McQueen. You know? Like, it's the same color spectrum, sure, or a similar shade of red, but it's not the same design. And that's exactly the point I'm trying to make here. So this is the one that should have been in there. This one was in a 2-pack with the King, the Dinoco Racer number 43 from Cars 1. Granted, they did not appear together in Cars 3, but they were both characters shown in Cars 3 with the correct looks. Now, this Jeff Gorvette is extremely sought after because it was only released once and it was kind of hard to find. I personally got mine in Mexico and never saw it here in the United States, so he was quite a challenge for me to find. But, you know, eventually I got him in 2017 after going over there. Yada, yada, you know the whole story. I think I might have gotten it in 2018, actually. But it was him, Hot Rod, Heyday Smokey, and Dirt Track Hudson Hornet. You know, there was a whole bunch of these that were kind of hard to find. It was just an extremely hard to find mix of 2-packs. Point being, everyone thought we were getting this. And we're like, oh, hey, that's not bad. I'd love to see someone defend this. Unless you just do not care, which, you know, it's the majority of the people nowadays. How do you defend this? How do you mess up this badly? So here is my China Cars 2 Jeff Gorvette. You know, there's a lot of people who are saying also, oh, there's my chance to get Jeff Gorvette. I haven't gotten him. I haven't seen him out. Brother in Christ, he was out in a 5-pack just last year. Where have you been? And you have the Race and Rescue version out this year. Granted, it's not the same paint job, but he's been out there. It's pretty on par with the original one. I'll give him that. I think the eyes are ever so slightly different. That's just printing quality, though. The World Grand Prix text on the spoiler is a lot more grainy and ugly compared to the beautiful printing of the old China ones. And that's it. That's practically it. I don't see anything else that's really different with this guy. So we can get Jeff out the way. So now we have to look at Pat Traxxon. How different or worse can this guy possibly get? Well, where's mine from? First of all, China. Okay, so this is one of the first ones. Well, first thing I'm noticing is that the official pace car sort of like strip of paint there is a lot wider on this new one, where it causes like the word pace to just like bulge out, super like warped looking. The other one was screen accurate. It didn't really bulge out like that. You know, you can see the artwork right there. It kind of does bulge out, but it's only like the very bottom tips of the letters. And it kind of does translate here a little bit. Yeah, ever so slightly. Just like the artwork. You see the C a little bit bulging out there. This one here, the whole freaking word pace car is just warped onto the fender of the vehicle. Now, let's see the face. How different is the face? It looks about the same, honestly. You know, they are re-releasing Mike and Didi from the canceled Protect and Serve short next year, supposedly. I wouldn't put it past them if they're just taking advantage of this mold and just going to repaint Pat Traxxon and boom, done day. And then they're just gonna Photoshop this to look like Mike and Didi. How much you want to bet? Mark my words. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. When this was first getting like leaked around that it was gonna be Cars 3 Jeff in this 2-pack, I was like, they're gonna mess it up. They're just gonna throw in normal Jeff. Like the standards have just been dropped significantly to the point where I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me. And here we are. It's Cars 2 Jeff Corvette. Okay, enough of that guy before it fries my brain more than it already has. We're gonna go ahead and go on with the 6.7 and Spiky Phillips here. So Mr. Jim Maverick is one of the rarer next gens from Cars 3, from the whole diecast assortment. He was only made from Thailand. I don't think China ever produced him. So we're gonna see how different, better, or worse he really is. Spiky Phillips, I think, did come out from Thailand multiple times. But this one, I mean, I put a flashlight near it earlier and the paint was really nice, like really sparkly. So, you know, they have an obsession with re-releasing this guy. He's always in there with like Eric Breaker or something. Or I think, who was the other one he was in there with? Was it Rich Mixon or was it some other next gen? I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure we've seen him on red packaging before. So it would have been nice if they did someone else besides this guy, because I'm pretty sure so many people have this guy already. Even if you started collecting within the past 2 years, I feel like everyone has this guy. We could have done... I need to look behind me and see what next gens exist. George Newen, that would have been a really cool one. Gosh, who else? Harvey Rodcap? Flip Dover? Sure, why not? Michael Roeder? Just to name a few. Now, Michael Roeder and Aaron Clocker, or is it Jonas Carvers? I think it's one of those two, Jonas or Aaron. Those are getting re-released as a single. I think it's Jonah, not Aaron. And I believe Michael is in a 5-pack. So Michael is nice to see. I hear people saying that he's an upgrade compared to his original one. But anyways, getting back on topic, I want to see if this guy's any better. And I don't know if this is just Mattel's timing with things, but boy, oh boy, the timing to come out with a car after the 6.7 numbered racer. Well, as we saw before, it's seen in Cars 3, and apparently Mattel thinks that's the only thing that's in Cars 3. So, goodbye, Jeff and Pat. Let me bring out those two counterparts of these guys, my original ones here. For Spiky, we are going to be working with a made in China counterpart, and for Jim, of course, the Thailand one. So I want to start with the bases because Jim had this like silver trim towards the bottom, and yeah, still pretty much there. So yeah, don't think, oh my gosh, we finally have China Jim Maverick. No, same exact printing. I think they kind of just fixed that error on the eyes. Mine has like a yellow tint on its eyes. I don't know if, not the pupil itself, but the actual windshield part of the eyes is like a yellow. A lot of the printing was just very pixely, as you can see. The 6.7 is just like covered with these lines, and it just kind of looks all chopped and stuff. It's not exactly covered up at all. I can see the number there completely fine. So I don't understand why both of them have taken a shot at trying to cover it up. At least with this one, at certain angles, it looks complete. Like here, it looks fine. It looks mostly legible. But here, it's just like a bunch of lines just cutting through the number. It's like they tried censoring it or something. Oh well, very strange. Window bars seem about the same. The metallic foil seems to be a lot less this time around. Yeah, because now we have like silver for that text, whereas before it was complete chrome. I need to look at the green shade off camera. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. It's not as pixely as the old one. You know what? I quite like this one. I think they made significant enough changes for it to be like, oh, you know what? Like, yeah, this is either an upgrade, or if you never got this guy because he's rare, you know, a significant purchase. So, yeah, I vibe with this one. Pretty good on Mattel's part for, you know, cleaning up a few things. Whether it was Mattel or China, Thailand, Chilan, whatever you want to call it. Good job. Spiky here. Yeah, it's pretty much just the eyes. The blue is slightly darker and more metallic looking. The window bars, I think, are plastic on both of them still. Of course, you do have the eye plate, so it's a separate piece. There is the size of the vehicle. Look about the same, really. Mater and Tractor. Now, when I first saw this one, I was pretty happy because I was like, wow, 20 years of this franchise existing and they've never thought of this? It's like the McQueen and Sally 2-pack. Like, it's the most obvious combination, and they've never done it up until, what was it, last year? With normal Cars 1 McQueen and normal Sally. Same could be said here. Mater and Tractors. Come on. Bread and butter. It's almost like McQueen and Mater. You know, Mater and Tractors is just a thing. It's just a huge part of his personality. Oh, but look at that. We have it with a tire in the mouth. It's not even a normal tractor. I can already hear some people saying, well, be happy. We at least have a tractor. Oh my goodness, at least a tractor's coming out. I can finally add it to my collection. Brother, this one just came out like a couple of years ago, like not even 3 years ago. And here he is again. You're telling me you didn't see him in the past 3 years? I'm pretty sure this guy was out in 22. So 3 years and he's back. You're seeing a pattern here? They're recycling a bunch of stuff they've come out with in the past 5 years. They're not going beyond, or I should go past 2020. So if you want something from 2010, 2007, 2009, 2013, 2015, it's just not happening with this company. They're getting extremely comfortable and lazy. So here we have tractor with tire in mouth. Like, it would have been so cool to have gotten our first classic tractor from Thailand/China, you know? Because the tractor with tire in mouth, it's a really nice one. I like the printing on it, the matte finish. The changes they made to it compared to the China one are pretty good. Like, the eyes look a lot more vibrant and they pop out a lot more with like the black detailing around the sort of windshield there. The spots look a lot more detailed and realistic. So, you know, I would have loved to have seen a normal tractor from Thailand, Chiland, whatever you want to call them, and we didn't get it. So here we got tractor with tire in mouth. It would have made a lot more sense. This is back in the early days when they do movie moment 2-packs, but Luigi and tractor with tire. Would that have not made more sense? Mater and the tractor with the tire in the mouth does not even show up in the first Cars movie like this. So what gives? I mean, seriously, what gives? Like, I wish I was a fly on the wall just listening to all the conferences up there, because how do you... I mean, there's only one explanation for this. Lazy. Lazy. That's all it is. Now, they did lower the saturation and vibrancy on the color compared to the original 2022 release, and I do like it. It looks good. It doesn't look that bad. So take what you will with that one. I think I've done a comparison with normal Mater before already in case A of next year, so they had the chance to fix the name too. It's such a clunky name. I think everyone agrees on this. Like, when it first came out, tractor with tire in mouth, it should have just been called something like, I don't know, tractor with tire. Like, we can see it's in its mouth, bro. Tire mouth tractor, I don't know, something like that. But tractor with tire in mouth. It gets worse if you speak other languages. Tracteur avec pneu dans la whatever. Tractor con neumático en la boca. Tractor con pneu na boca. Like, come on, it just gets worse and worse. Let's go even more recent, because apparently going to 2020 and 2021 and 2022 wasn't enough. No. We need to go even more recent with these. We need to come out with stuff people already definitely have. But you know, there's that 2% of people that probably don't. Presenting the Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard and Bella Cadaver 2-pack. This is the only on-the-road thing, I think, besides Cryptid Buster McQueen, that's coming out from the On the Road series. Why this one specifically? I don't know. When it first came out, it was awesome. Everyone wanted this. It was kind of hard to find at some point too. But now here it is, 2 years later. Why? I just don't... I don't understand. Yeah, just cars on the road and just 2 of them on the back. I forgot to mention they all have like the shiny cardboard on the back. I'm kind of getting used to it, so yippee to that. It's a lot better quality cardboard. I'll give them that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I found these all at Target locally a couple days ago. So go check your Targets this weekend. I'm pretty sure they'll have these in stock. Everyone, for some reason, got these on Veterans Day on a random Tuesday. That's when most of these were getting stocked at Target. Case B and Case E of 2-packs. So hey, go out there. And they're on a very cheap price right now. I think the singles are like $2 and change right now. Extremely good price for singles. And the 2-packs, I think I paid like $4.50 or 60 cents around there. That's a really good price for 2-packs. So Target, man, I mean, a lot of people hated on Target for their car selection maybe a couple years ago, or maybe just last year. I'd say that recent. But man, they came back in a really good way. Cheaper prices, good selection, and really good distribution. So I will give them that. Despite all the negative stuff I've said in this video, there's a lot of good stuff Target has done. I can't quite say the same about Mattel, besides maybe one thing. Seeing all of this stuff freshly stocked in bulk, it looks really nice. Like, I'll admit, especially when you look at like Jim, Tractor, Pat Traxxon, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. This looks nice on the peg. Same with the singles. Like when we review Case B, like seeing Radiator Springs McQueen, Dinoco Cruz, Hudson Hornet, Heyday Smokey, Dexter Hoover, Todd Marcus, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, hey, this is kind of nice to look at. Yes, it's all recycled stuff from the past 5 years, but it looks nice. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to take a look at these 2 guys and we'll move on to the race and rescue ones, which just came out this year. But they're back next year. McQueen, I think they reverted back again to that original color. So this is the updated one, if I'm not mistaken, with the darker browns that they did to kind of fit more like the artwork, you know, and it's pretty spot on. I believe they've gone back to the original shade of it, and I think that's the only difference really. And kind of the eyelid there is a little misprinted, a little too low for my liking, or I guess for anyone's liking. Yeah, there's that big windshield gap towards the top. I mean, technically the cars have the black outlining of the windshield across, but I think that's just a little too much. Like here it looks fine. That's perfectly fine. You can see though, right? Like the gap between his unibrow and the top lining of the roof. And then you just look at this one, it's like massive, dude. Yeah, but I don't think there's anything really different with that McQueen. Bella's the one that had me more interested. Like, I was going to leave this behind, but I was like, huh, you know what? I'm interested. How much change can you make to a car that you just came out with not even 2 years ago? Nothing, apparently. I swear, does it say made in Thailand on the bottom? No, it says China. I wouldn't be surprised if it just said made in Thailand. It looks the exact same. So, you know, when people are like, oh my gosh, made in China again. Not really, bro. They look pretty similar. Almost exactly the same. I mean, I think the exhaust pipe is a little better painted on the new one. But that's about it. All right, race and rescue. This is where stuff gets intriguing. So with Case A, I did look at Chick Hicks. So really the one, McQueen right here, is the one that's grabbing my attention. Same thing as the singles. They like made the card backs to these super bright for some reason. Like they were a lot more darker and vibrant before. I've talked about it already, so I'm not going to get into it because I don't want this video to get too long. But I just want to look at that McQueen real quick to see if he changed compared to the Thailand one. Now, before we get into it, keep this in mind. Thailand had this like huge, whatever the heck that is, line on the bumper. That huge streak just going across. It's so hard to focus on it too. Well, you can see it. It's not that hard to spot. On the other side, it's kind of there, but not really. I guess it just depends on what you get. Did they fix it? Hey, you know what? We're about to find out. That opened up really quickly and easily. Yes! Yeah, they fixed it. Okay. Upgrade for sure, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. What do we think about the eyes, though? Did they misprint them or something? Why is it so like, there's a big gap on this side of black, and then the other one is like a lot smaller. What is up with the quality control on these things, dude? Like, they look so strange. He has a lot more eyeshadowing underneath, but at least that horrific line is gone. The teeth are a lot smaller. Huh, look at that. Okay, this one's pretty significantly different. I need to look off camera. Is the printing any better? Oh yeah, it definitely is for the logos and stuff. I think it is an improvement, really. The gray is a lot nicer. Look at this. Check this out. There's a lot of grain on this bolt right here. No, it's not your TV or it's not your phone. This is just how grainy that bolt looks. Look at this new one. That looks a lot more polished, doesn't it? Towards the top, though. They didn't finish it, though. What the hell is that? What is... Bro, what? There's a whole line of nice, pretty gray here. And then towards the top, it's the same graininess from before, if not worse. Dog, what are we doing? What's the point of that? Is the signature any better? Kind of. Yeah, kind of. It's a little larger, it seems. Okay, the sponsors. I still can't read that. What does that say, bro? What does that say? You cannot read that. Okay, it said gain at least on the old one. This new one, I can't read it at all. What does that say, bro? It's just a black block, and it looks like a B, an A, and an N. Ban? Revolting? I can't even... Dude, that does not say revolting. That says RB Volyink. Bro, what is this printing quality? Yeah, here at least I could slightly read revolting. A lot better than that one. Bro, what are we doing? Look, this one's already chipped. Straight out of the packaging. Wow. You know, I was praising the lack of the line, but, you know, I'm starting to take it back, man. What happened here? Hey, at least the blue on the bolts and the 95 look a lot cleaner. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. It's not even fully painted. Look at that. That's horrendous. What are we doing, Mattel? What are we doing? That Rally Race logo is somehow fuzzier looking. Alright, I take it back. Not an upgrade. Definitely not. Which one's which again? I'm getting them mixed up. China? Okay, the back and the gray looks a lot better. And compliments end there. Wow. Mattel, you never cease to amaze me with your quality control. Okay, I think that's enough on McQueen. I've looked at Chick before already, but here's another look. What are those eyes, bro? They're so dark. Man, I mean, I can't complain, right? I paid $5. That's the price of one normally last year, but... Okay, I have to open this one because Danny Swervez changed a lot. In case A, we saw that Cruz Ramirez changed into this darker, vibrant, beautiful metallic yellow compared to the original one from Thailand from 2025. So here she is again, the 2026 metallic, more beautiful looking one. Now paired with an updated Danny. They did change a lot. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to show you that. So, take note. Let me show you the old one first. Look at that shade of purple. Remember the window nets that were on there from the NASCAR that just somehow transferred to this one? Look at the color of the rims. Look at the logos. Look at the bumper. Take a nice look at all of those decals. What are we thinking? Look at the eyes. Look at the mouth. The other side. Okay. Let's look at this one. That is nice. Oh yeah. Holy upgrade, bro. They removed the nets. Dude, that metallic purple, though, is beautiful. Now, the metallic Danny, for comparison, you know, it's not exactly like it. It's kind of similar, but not really. This one's a lot lighter, a lot more subtle. You know, it really makes me want to see a normal Thailand Danny without any of this R&R crap on it. But if you just imagine this as a normal Danny, that purple is beautiful. And the yellow looks good against that purple compared to before. It's more of a yellow, not an orange. Well, it is supposed to be orange, not yellow. The back looks a lot nicer too, a lot more vibrant. Yeah, this is a nice one. I really like how they changed that color. And they got rid of the window nets. Holy upgrade, bro. This is a good one. For sure. They have the mouth painted in a lot better too. So that looks really good. Alright, well, overall, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you thought about this entire case assortment for the 20th anniversary of your beloved franchise and the company who's been producing these for 20 years, who you've been giving your money to for 20 years. How do you guys think they're treating you guys? Well, leave it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which one of these you'll be picking up. Piston Cup Productions signing out, and I'll see you guys next time. Wait a minute, hold on. I feel like I'm required to say this, but I think my favorite from this entire assortment was 6-7 and Race and Rescue Danny. And I think the tractor with tired mouth. I think that was a nice color too. Compliments end there. None of this is new anyways. Thanks for watching.